The antenna was on the middle of the TV here, but now it is further to one side. What happened to the piece of iron by Courage's modeling platform? The cellar doors open further out in this shot than the next shot.
You got dog spit all of them a wrench.
True, although only this part was in his mouth, so in order for the spit to have gotten this far down the wrench, means it would have also had to be on Eustace's hand, which it isn't. Spit covered wrench to immediately dry wrench.
Is it finally fixed now?
Nah, gotta get another part.
Just one part? What about those gears that fell off at the beginning? How was just the cellar pitch black when Muriel left the lights on? At that angle, Courage is looking back at the house and not at the Vandals since they were approaching from behind the windmill. That's your monster design for this kid's cartoon? We interrupt this program to bring you the Black Cauldron. The Sword Vandal switched helmets with the double-headed Axe Vandal. The thwack appears before anything's even been thwacked. Eustace's bag makes noise like there are tools inside, except we clearly saw Courage throw them all out.
Why, what are those?
But Courage only ripped one of the windmill's blades, so how did all of them suddenly peel off? It's for plot convenience, isn't it? Not only is Eustace fixing the windmill with non-existent tools, but his bag also joined the rest of his tools in their non-existentness. Courage's last picture was actually of the same blade as his first picture. No computer switch? Computer switch.
Farmer Galette was the only man with a working mill. The Vandals hated him for that.
And they were so angry they couldn't even decide who should hold which weapon between this life and the afterlife.
If the windmill ever stops turning, the Vandals will rise from the dead and seek vengeance on all who possess it.
That's the motive of this episode's bad guys? Huh, for some reason that sounds off, but I can't put my finger on it yet. For my next trick, I will make tools appear all over the ground.
Amazing! How does he do that?
And for my next trick, I'll move the entire windmill closer to them. When you see Muriel never moves. Eustace's body took out the leg closest to them, but here all the legs are perfectly intact, and it results in the windmill seemingly bending in on itself for no reason. Wait, the Sword Vandal took Muriel's head. And same with Eustace, not these two. Well, good to know the Vandals still play nicely in the afterlife. Eustace's head is not on the back of the double-headed Axe Vandal's horse. Muriel's neck conveniently disappears, so this doesn't look more awkward than it already is. There was no visible neck on his head showing before. How is that the alignment these Vandals ended up in? It means these two would have had to circle Muriel, but then the Sword Vandal wouldn't be next to the Chain Mace Vandal. Or these two crossed in front of Muriel, but that leaves an opening, showing these Vandals are terrible strategists. Gray smoke to dark blue smoke. Interesting he can see those symbols, despite the backing being back on the blades. Considering how Courage fell on them, the placement of Eustace and Courage's head makes no sense.
Stupid dog!
I don't know, Eustace, you're the one who just stood there for those 10 seconds instead of, I don't know, going inside to finish that movie. You only have yourself to blame.
You did a lousy job repairing the windmill.
And while the windmill isn't actually stopped, all 4 blades are missing, as such are all 4 symbols which keep the Vandals at bay. But hey, nobody's perfect.
Stupid dog!
It's just a story.
Thanks for watching, and if you haven't figured out, this is actually an April Fool's Day video, as I did not and probably will not be making any more of these sins on Courage the Cowardly Dog. But if you really want to make some, be my guest. They're great to do. Since my channel is mainly for pony stuff, I'd hate for you to follow me for only one thing in a Harvest Moon while the rest is ponies. Speaking of which...
We interrupt this program to bring you
My Little Pony.
who lives in the middle of nowhere with her husband, Eustace Bay. But creepy stuff happens in nowhere. It's up to Courage to save his new home.
Is there a doctor in the house?
Pardon me?
You sick?
You know what? Forget I said anything.
There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing at all.